We warned it was coming. Well, here it is. Flow Combat reports the UFC is going to dissolve 125 pounds. Is there anything we can do to mitigate that disaster? I say yes. Let's look into that shit right now.
We here to do work, baby. We gonna people gonna bleed. It's gonna get cut open, and somebody might die.
All right, guys. So earlier today, right around noon Pacific time, Flow Combat reports that we're hearing the UFC men's flyweight division is 100% being dissolved, likely done by the end of 2018. What? Let's go over to Kyle Johnson on Twitter. And Jose Shorty Torres took to Flow Combat's tweet and said, "It's true. My flyweight career in the UFC is over. 2 fights in, he's gone. And the UFC is offering some bantamweight positions to some flyweights. Others are just getting straight up cut outright." And Kyle Johnson is appealing to Brave Combat, appealing to Combate Americas and One Championship, trying to get him some jobs. Also, the monkey god, Jared Brooks, got cut as well. And that's just today, ladies and gentlemen. So much more is set to happen. What can we do to mitigate this, though? Believe it or not, instituting the 165-pound weight class. Now, what the hell do you mean about that? What do you mean by that, Dan? Let's go to Andy Foster. When he implemented his plan, the 10-point plan to end extreme weight cutting in MMA and boxing. And he, number one, requests that the MMA fighter select a weight class that is optimal for them. A contestant who fails to make weight will be fined 20% of their purse is number 2. Number 3, add additional weight classes. 165, move 170 to 175, and others that can come in the future. Number 4, policy change to the way matches are approved and the emphasis for the appropriate weight class. Weight class restriction for the fighters who miss weight more than once. This is the number 5. And fighters that miss it more than 2 can be recommended to move up a weight class. Number 6, continue early weigh-in procedure and allow fighters to maximum the amount of time to rehydrate. And guys, we know over at ESPN, this is something UFC is already doing. UFC moves weigh-ins so more fighters can make weight. It's better for the fighters, more hydration time, and this is supposedly for the health, right? Well, let's finally attack the real culprit for the health and safety of the fighters, and that's the rapid extreme weight loss that they're doing. We need to get it capped at least 10%. And even Andy Foster will tell you, he's quoted from MMA Junkie, and the fight should be the most dangerous part of this activity, of the fight game. Not the weight cut itself, but the actual fight. Guys, I totally agree here. And how can this help 125s? Well, if you implement 165, all your giant 155ers, Kevin Lee, James Vick, Paul Felder, Cowboy Cerrone, Masvidal, some have already moved up, some have not. They got a place to go. And when that frees up 155, maybe some of the massive 145ers, Max Holloway, Renato Moicano can move up a division. When the massive 145ers move up, then the big 135ers can move up a division. And that leads all the way down to the 125ers that are moving up. Sergio Pettis is moving up. A few others are rumored. Henry Cejudo is moving up. Guys, this could be the real way to mitigate the disaster. We don't need to cut all the flyweights. Let's open an appropriate weight class for them, though. Because, guys, here's the actual weigh-ins for the day of UFC 227. The same day weigh-ins, Henry Cejudo gained about 13% of his mass. Demetrius Johnson, about 13%. Renato Moicano, a 145er, weighed in at 165 pounds. You're telling me that all of the fighters wouldn't get a positive out of everyone being able to move up a few pounds? I know what people are thinking. Well, people are just going to jump around way more. The UFC can curb that by implementing some sort of policy. You have to have so many fights in so many divisions. Guys, I think this is the real way around it. I don't want to come out here and just bitch and complain about the UFC cutting 125s. They told us 165 can't happen because there's not card space. So if that can't happen, well, let's end the rapid extreme weight cutting that's going on and that can help a lot of 125ers stay in, or a lot of flyweights stay in the UFC by jumping up to bantamweight. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Check out these awesome videos. Do the UFC fighters want more weight classes from fan-sided MMA? And also, why the UFC needs a 165-pound weight class, fixing the UFC via SBN Nation MMA, and watch all of these great MMA events this weekend. Make sure to tune in to MMA Buds for live reaction and other great content throughout the week. But until next time, back to you, Sickos. I'm out of here. Peace.